Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you got to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We've got an awesome showcase lined up for you guys today. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, because we've got it's a bit bigger of a showcase. I don't even remember how many we've got, but almost all of them are new creators being showcased this week. I'm super excited, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just jump right on into it with our first one coming from, I'm gonna butcher this, collection toy? I probably have that wrong. So this is Bilbo's work area, and I'm not sure who created this. If it's Collection a Toy or if it's Toys Planet Sleege. Someone's got to let me know. I should have done a little more research, but this piece looks so cool. I am very impressed with it. It looks so real and it looks so accurate to the movie. Just look at this. This is so cool. I just love it. There's so many cool little details with the little paperwork that we've got here, the little ink jars. It just looks so good. Look at the texture on this. I would just be so annoyed if I found out that this was some like mass-produced thing that you could buy off of Amazon. That would be really annoying. But I'm pretty sure that this is a handmade piece, and it looks absolutely stunning. I found it while I was scanning Instagram, just looking for new creators and what have you, and this one I found, and it's just so cool. The paintwork, the colors, just looks so good. So if you guys know anything more about it, please let me know. You know what, let's just go ahead and click on this. Let's see if this person actually, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It looks like they may have reshared it. So this is kind of a plea for help. Give me some more information about this piece if you happen to know, because I don't like showcasing something if it was not created by someone, if it was manufactured or whatever, but I also don't like giving the wrong information if I'm claiming something was manufactured. So let me know. Next up is coming from Naya Sejun. I'm doing terrible at pronouncing. So let's see, Room Attendant Air, RP $180 or 180 something. I'm not sure, but I really like this thing. It is a very tiny scale. I think it's 187th. Maybe they're saying 164th. I'm not sure. This thing is really cool. I love these little tiny display pieces with the little tiny people. A lot of photographers have been using those for different pictures, and it's really cool. It's got their own little community of people that are doing that kind of stuff, and I really enjoy it. This looks so cool. Just look how tiny this is, but how detailed. The corrugated roof has some really nice weathering to it. The wood looks very good. All of this is very cool. And look at this, the little pool. You can see that's some sort of cap from, milk bottle, or maybe it's a prescription or pill bottle. Just very cool. I think it looks so awesome. So great job on this. Looks so awesome. Welcome to the show. I hope that you'll use the hashtag in the future if you happen to be making more of these, and then maybe we can showcase some more of your work. Next, coming from DesDio817. Let's see. Ready to stock diorama apartment rooftop, play function, movable and dismantle. It's 1/12 scale. Very clean display. It's great to be able to put up on your shelf with some action figures. Maybe it's a Punisher, Daredevil, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This would work with so many things. Batman, all sorts of stuff. It's got some room to be able to put some more accessories if you want to add to it. I just love the cleanliness of it. The bricks have kind of a muted feel to it. which is really nice, but there's a lot of really good weathering. You can see right down here, there's some nice paint weathering on that to give it that extra feel of detail, which really works. And then we've got the silver exhaust tubes. That's a nice touch. You can see that they just came from probably your hardware store or whatever. Looks awesome. I really dig this piece. You did a great job on it. See, Batman, he obviously goes great with it, so very nicely done. Next, coming from Fanorama. Now this one, not a new showcaser. We've showcased some of their work several times before, and this piece is very impressive. I love the details. The weathering, especially of the paint apps, is so detailed. It just looks so great. I love this orangish red of the walls. Just looks awesome. And then to weather that even more, just look at the detail on here. It looks so incredible. So we've got a command station. What is it? Neutron's Forgotten Lab. You're the best dog a boy can ever have. Work in progress. So here's the little like robot dog. Is this Jimmy Neutron? I love that cartoon. That was such a fun cartoon. Incredible. Look at the detail down here. This little seat, it has a base of a tire, and it just looks so realistic. How the heck did you do that? And you're saying it's not even done. That's insane. Wow. We've got foliage, vegetation that's kind of overtaking this. Hot dang, that is so good. The control panel. Just how much work did it take to get all of those little buttons painted? Dang, that's awesome. I need to go back and check to see if you finished it, because this is just absolutely incredible. Next, coming from MS Terrain Lab, it's let's say TB episode 103, another picture of the full board, but with some light in the background this time. And this is just an absolutely epic piece. Just blown away. So those folks that do the Warhammer stuff, that again, there's a whole nother community of Warhammer board gaming creators. There's some really big YouTubers out there that are doing that kind of stuff, doing tutorials. That's where a lot of us are learning some of this stuff, and then we just scale up those skills to 1/12, 1/18, whatever scale. This scale is, the Warhammer is very, very small, and the amount of detail that these folks are able to pull out of these pieces, a lot of them are 3D printed, so you get the benefit of having the detail added by the 3D prints. But then the paint apps, they're so talented, especially with those airbrushes. But this piece just is chock full of detail. It is so cool. If you had like a little probe camera where you could kind of make it look like you're walking down these streets, I bet you wouldn't even be able to tell that this is a tiny scale instead of a real life piece. The damage throughout here is just so believable. I am really impressed with it. That's why I always love seeing Warhammer, the gaming tabletop stuff, because you guys just bring it every single time. I'd love to see more of you using that hashtag, but even if you don't, I'm still going to go find that work and showcase it, because it is always, always so impressive. Next, coming from, boy, everybody's got hard to pronounce names on here. Dayshow Creations is what I'm going with. Let's see, some more shots of my finished 1/12 RPD diorama that I made for this person. This is really cool, and I love it when you guys display your finished products with some really cool ACBA style pictures. This is a spectacular picture. It is showcasing your dio and creating a scene, which is awesome. I love the color tones that you've got throughout here. There's so much great detail with your wrought iron gate. It looks so awesome. And then we've got little police station words on the, what is this? It's not a sawhorse. It's like, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Looks so awesome. Let's go through some more of these pictures because they just look so good. I love your use of light, the blue accent light, to give it that extra just detail and character. Great job on it. The sign looks great. Everything is so good on this thing. Look at that. What a great looking piece. Nice job. Okay, next up, From small went beyond the borders of LA to create this commissioned miniature of the famous Aztec Hotel in Monrovia, a Route 66 icon, opened in 1928. The hotel is a great example of Mayan revival architecture. This is so good looking. I love what you did here. It obviously looks so well put together. I love the scaling, the signage, all of this. There's so many little details that you did just a great job on. You must have sculpted all these little pieces and then glued them onto the indented, or not indented, but the subset area with the blue. This Aztec Hotel banner sign looks spectacular. You did a great job on it. And then just look at the doorway here. That has so much freaking detail. That is amazing. Did you 3D print that? It looks so incredible. So cleanly done. There's so much detail. Look at, you can see like the hinge things up here. Dang, that is awesome. Nice little handle. Wow. I love the texture that you've got on the walls. That really adds to it. Obviously the Aztec architectural style, using that kind of textured wall look. Just, and look at the little mosaic style. Maybe it's not mosaic, but the little tile here. Dang. Do we have a reference picture? There's the reference picture. Look at that. That is so well done. The miniature, the original. You nailed it. Dang, you absolutely nailed it. That is spectacular. Wow. Wow. Great job. All right. After we take that little drink, we are going to go to Peranimo. That's as close as I'm going to get. I hate that I pronounce everybody's names wrong. A lot of the times these handles aren't really pronounceable anyway. So I need to just let it go. This is really cool. It is a below ground swimming pool, just part of it, and it looks awesome. We've got a skate park that it's been turned into. I love it. I love the scale of this. It's just tiny. This little couch looks so good with the damage that you've got on here. It's been out in the elements. It's just kind of, everything is looking a little grimy and used and lived in, and I think you did a great job with it. The pool having, the dirt and junk and whatnot that now has just accumulated on the bottom. Little skateboard to show us this is what it's being used for. You did a great job on this piece. Let's go through some more of the pictures here. I just am really impressed. I love the little patch of grass. Everything is just so well put together. You just did a great job. Are we gonna get to see the other side? Little shoe there. Oh, we don't get to see the front side. There's something on the front, or maybe it's the back. Not sure what that is. Dang, I wish I would have we could see that picture, but great job. It is just so impressive looking. Next, coming from oosenellis. Let's see, this is a really clean looking piece. So this is probably, a hospital of some sort, and wow, the detail. Just first starting off with the paint apps. Really digging on those paint apps. It's not just one color, there's some weathering to it, different color tones throughout, which is awesome. It gives that lived in feel. Maybe not lived in since a hospital, but then you add in the signs, and that just brings it all together with the doors, with the kick plates, the light behind, and then this green floor. That really stands out. I am really digging on it. And then the scratch guard that goes across. The attention to detail is so good. We've got the little axis panel here. Wow, great job on this piece, and look how tiny it is. That is incredible. Next, coming from defdefoart diorama. This is just a cool piece, and I love the fact that you've got your face coming through. It looks like your face is on the screen. This theater is incredible. I love the round that you've got here to frame it all in. That is so cool. And look at all of these seats. That must have taken forever to get all of these seats made, painted, all of that. We've got the velvet red carpet coming down. This is just so cool. I wonder what scale this is. It can't be a huge scale, but look at that. Here's the work in progress. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. All these seats. hand cut out. Dang, the attention to detail. This is just sick. So awesome. So much work went into this, and now look at that. We got an actual screen, gonna play a little movie. Dang it, that's freaking awesome. Wow, so good. All right, our next one coming from Diorama Art. Looks like they're out of Istanbul, Turkey. Worldwide, you guys. We are catching people from all over the world, and I love it. This is a 1/43rd scale piece, and wow, the detail on here is amazing. Wow. Start off with the sculpt of this. There's so much detail with different textures. We've got brick here, we've got kind of a stucco here, some more brick that's kind of showing through. And then we've got down here this window with the wrought iron. It's been painted, but there's weathering on that as well. We've got a few signs here that are just adding to the realism of this. And then you start adding in all the extra little details, the wires that go all over the place. We've got some wires coming over here. It's a wire here. We've got wire there. We've got curtains inside, different types of curtains. We've got decay and wear and whatnot around the windows. There's just so much great detail. We've got a flag that's showing through on this one, and then you can see the interior of this little shop. There's just so much detail throughout this piece. It is stunning. You've done an absolutely amazing job. I'm glad I found it. Congratulations on an awesome looking piece. It is so realistic. Great job. Coming from Turtleboy83, not a new creator to the show, but this piece I almost passed up because I thought this was just a shot from the movie. So this is from the 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and this is a diorama. This is not real. Well, it's real that it's a real diorama, but it is... This is insane, the detail that we've got on here. And if I go into his profile, I believe he's got some more pictures. Yeah, see, here's a video. Dang, this guy does such great work. I always love when we see one of his pieces come through. Look at that wall, so well put together. Another wall, all the magnetized stuff. I love that, to be able to pull stuff out. Look at that ceiling. Dang, the paint apps on here are so good. They seem simple in that, you know, it's just kind of a whitish gray, but there's detail throughout with the weathering to give it that extra little pizzazz. And look at that, just putting all of this stuff together. Throw in the NECA turtles, and you've got a fully realistic replication of the movie. Look at that. That is so freaking impressive. God dang, throw a little bit of extra stuff, some junk, some weeds and leaves, and there's April O'Neil, and I think we're gonna get, yep, dang, that is freaking awesome. I am so freaking impressed. Well done. Alright, next, coming from Masaki 1006. It is a submerged nightscape diorama. Title of the work is Submerged Nightscape, created in April 2022. The model of the building is based on purchase data for computer graphics, which was remodeled from scratch for 3D printing and printed. It will be on sale at their solo exhibition in August. This is really impressive. So we've got all of these buildings. They are lit up, and then they are encased in clear resin. Wow. I've been watching a lot more YouTube videos on resin pours and whatnot, stuff like this. I really think that that's going to be something that I need to get trying, because this is so cool. Look at the tiny scale of these buildings, but the details that we've got throughout. Look at that. You've got like waves that are crashing against these buildings. Parts of the buildings are showing. There's a lot of like lichens and maybe algae and whatnot that's growing, and then underneath that nice aqua blue color of the resin. This is just so freaking impressive. Then with the lights turned on, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I would love to make something like this. Look at the waves, the ripples on the top. That is so cool. Dang. I wonder how big this is. It can't be that big, but it looks huge. The scale of it looks so big. Dang, that is so impressive. There's so many lights inside, in the windows and all of that. That is just, dang. Huh. Oh, is that a shark? I think there's a shark in there. Yes! 2 sharks. That's freaking awesome. Glad I found that one, because that is so cool. Alright, next up, coming from Stoke Models. I think of all the shots I've taken with my hand in the frame, this one feels the most surreal. It is very surreal. Number one, the cars look so realistic. So let's see, 1/24th scale. Yeah, this car looks legit, and then you've got the car back there. Look at the little rub marks on the guard there. That adds to the realism. The paint apps just look so good, and look at all of these little light fixtures. All of that just brings this together to look so natural and so realistic. Dang, this is just amazing. Then we've got this building back here. Brickwork looks amazing. Dang it, this is just so good. How do you guys get such detail? I mean, this really does look realistic. It almost looks like you just did more of a forced perspective deal with your hand on a real car. Wow, you guys are just so good at this. Dang. Very impressed. Next up, coming from Chicos Creative Hands, I think we showcased some of your work in last week's episode on Saturday, I think. I'll double check. This piece is absolutely epic. I love it. It's an old rundown kind of church. We've got a little cemetery here. We've got a floor that has collapsed down into itself. The paint apps on this stonework look so good. I mean, this is just really impressive. The base looks awesome. I love what you did here. You didn't have it square, it's kind of angled, and that looks really nice. And then you kind of gave it a little bit of extra detail throughout to give it that little bit extra pizzazz. I'm really digging it. Yeah, I use pizzazz. I use that word. You can mock me if you like, but I like that word. I really like the bright greens that are bringing out the grays of the rock. It just looks so good. You did a great job on this piece. We've got some really nice foliage and moss that's growing up the wall, some nice flowers and what have you throughout. This is just a really impressive piece. Dang, we got some swords stuck into the ground. Ah, well done. Well done, my friend. Next, coming from the Whitebatsy. I think we've showcased you before too, and this piece really caught my eye. It looks awesome. I love the contrast. I love that infinite black background that you've got there. I'm working on a tutorial for those of you that are interested on how to take those shots to get that black background. It's easier than you think, but it's also a little harder than you might expect too. So be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for that. I need to get a few things set up, but this piece looks awesome. The detail throughout is incredible. Look at these little accent pieces. You've got these little spots here. They almost look like they're those little plastic gems that you can get at the craft store, maybe painted. And then here, these have even more detail to them. That is really impressive looking. Brickwork looks awesome. I love the mortar. It's not perfectly clean looking, which really adds to that, gives it that weathered feel. Great detail again on these little window accents. Door looks awesome. Graffiti looks awesome. Everything just turned out so nicely on this piece. I'm really impressed with it. We've got some nice duct work that's coming up and out. Wow. Wow. What a great looking piece. This next one is coming from CT Dioramas. One last picture of Master Chief. Had so much fun making this one, I just had to post it one more time. Why not? Simple little rock, but it is not painted simply. Takes a lot to be able to get this kind of paint app, in my opinion. And now it's not always that hard to get that, but it takes a lot of coats and patience and whatnot to be able to get this kind of detail and color richness from the stone. The sculpt looks awesome on it. It definitely looks like realistic rock. Then you throw in all those different paint apps to get the different color tones. There's some kind of copperish, goldish, red, orange, and then maybe some green in there, some brown, some black, gray. All of that looks awesome. And then we've got the ground foliage down here with the little tufts of grass. Those also have lots of different color tones to them, which looks awesome. It looks very natural and realistic looking, so I'm really impressed with this piece. You did a great job on the paint apps. And then last but not least, coming from the Bards, the Temple of Snakes. This is a really cool looking piece. Lots of great sculpt, lots of great detail. I love all of the stonework. It looks so natural and so good. And then up here we've got the creme de la creme, the top portion with some nice little purplish light glowing on the inside, and then the top with the snake on the top with the flames. All of this just looks so cool. You know, I'm not sure what the Temple of Snakes, if this is something out in the real world or if this is from a show. Reminds me a lot of He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I'm really impressed. This is tiny scale, so this is kind of like Warhammer size. Wow, this is very impressive. I am really digging on it. You did a great job. Look at that, it's all four sides, so that's a lot of work to be able to bring all this together. Look at the sculpt work of these, the top portion. This is so good. You did a great job on it. Everybody did a great job this week. Keep it up. Keep using the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. Again, it gives me the best chance to be able to find people's work and showcase it. If you see somebody else's work that you're like, this should probably be showcased someday, tag me, tag it with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas in their comments, and I'll likely see it. We can get more new creators showcased every week, because it's always fun to see creators that we know, but it's also fun to see creators that we don't know. So make sure you hit the like button if you do like it, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification if you haven't already. It is free, it costs you nothing, but it definitely helps me, even if it just helps my pride. So there you have it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I will see you guys Monday, again around 4 or 5 o'clock on Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody.